as well. Let me do that boring stuff first. When you finish, we're running this like a cross-country race. This is the start, this is the finish. You can run as hard as you want through the finish. Some of the members of the current team will hand you a finish card with just your place on it, and then there should be a results table back further in the parking lot before the goodies table, and you will just go up to that table and give them your name and your place, and you'll hand the card back in. We have your names on the registration list, so they're going to write it really sloppily if they misspell it. We just have to distinguish you from other people that are here. In terms of the course, again, start, finish here. Most of you know the course, either from running it in the past or this morning. But the first two loops are exactly the same. They're counterclockwise. And then the third loop, when you come around the second time, you got to take a sharp turn around these trees, and you go clockwise around the last loop that has the big hill. I tried to spray paint, well, usually for a meet, I spray paint only the tall routes. But with the crowd that we have today, I tried to spray paint the medium and the tall routes. But there's still small routes that could still trip you up if you're not careful, so do be careful. If you haven't run that big downhill in a long time, it's probably a lot steeper now than it was when you ran it when you were 16. So be careful on that one. And there is a section of routes along the fence there that didn't get painted that you could sort of avoid, but I think that will be pretty obvious. So please be careful out there. Most of the routes are painted green, but the green paint clogged up. So some of the routes are painted white, and the turns are all marked with white. Okay, so they're all pretty large and pretty obvious. So keep your eye out for that. Okay, were there any questions on the course?
Yeah.
Yes.
Both times you run along the fence?
The first two loops you're along the fence, which is along those houses that you can see out there. The third time you don't go along the fence though. There's a parallel trail which is kind of right through here. And some people confuse that intersection. It's right through the trees there, but there's some big logs there that you would have to hurdle over to go the wrong way. They will keep you on the correct side of that turn. All right. So we all know we're here because this course is 50 years old. I'm going to have Coach Peterson, who designed the course, say just a few words. But first, I just wanted to kind of, have you identify who you are here. How many people here are just from the community here to run this course for the first time? Okay. Quite a few of you. Okay. How many of you ran this course in high school for Glastonbury?
Yo!
How many of you? Ran this course in high school for somebody else? Another team. I know there were a couple visitors signed up. You're gonna this year. Okay. How many of you were ever on the plaque, which is over there? Okay. All right, so quite a number. That's the top 10 of all time. And if you didn't catch it before, if you are from Glastonbury, every single record going back to 65 is in the box there. You can pull out the folder. Please make sure everything gets back in the folder. We can, I can send you a scanned version of it if you want, or something. But those are the original archives that Coach Peterson started, and I've continued. And I just want to see how many people are here from out of state today. Okay. So who's coming the furthest? Anyone further from New Hampshire? Okay. So we got New Hampshire. All right, so we're pleased to have you. I would like to have Coach Peterson say a few words before we start, and just hope everyone has a great time out there.
Some of you might remember Mr. Napolitano from teaching at the high school. The two of us with our young families mapped this course out one day after team members that year said that they wanted to run here. The town had just acquired the property, so we did that and got a little bit of flack for it because back then the courses were 2.5 miles. This was a little bit longer than that, and some coaches that came here complained. Of course, now it's short for a cross-country course. One thing I remember back, must have been in the 70s, we'd come down here just about every day to practice, and one day a little squirrel came out of the woods there and ran up to me. And I thought it must have rabies or something, so I was kind of, concerned, but it ran right up my leg and sat on my shoulder. And for about a week, it did that. So that was one of the interesting things. I kind of looked forward to seeing the little guy each day. But he must have been friendly to another person who took him home for a pet. Anyway. The other thing that I enjoyed about this course was showing the other teams around. I would walk the course with the other teams. And when we got to going up the hill over there, I would walk a little faster. And by the time we got to the top, the other team was really huffing and puffing. And I just, I don't know, tried to demoralize them a little bit to see what they were going to be up against. So there are many, many other memories I have of being here, but I want to see you people run first. So just good luck, everybody.
Before we head off, I'd like to thank everyone who brought something today for the post-race picnic. And I'd especially like to thank, we had a dedicated group of parents of current team members and current team members who have stayed to help run the race. They're going to be doing the timing and the finish cards, and they're setting up everything. So I'll have Jane Gordon-Julian just tell you a little bit about the post-race, and I'll thank her for all of the parents who helped out today. It was really great of them.
I got one more thing to say.
Oh, okay.
I meant to say this first, but I forgot. Today is this guy's idea, and it's probably the best idea for a long, long time.
So I just wanted all of you to know that after the race, I know it's a tradition to go to the baked goods table. Don't overeat, because we have tons of food up at the pavilion, food and drink and fruit. Watermelon, etc. So you're all invited, spectators, everyone. Please, when you're finished, come up, take a break, socialize. You're very welcome to come. All right, good luck.